Hello, and welcome to another episode of The Other Side of Sales. I'm Ashleigh Early.
And I'm Kasey Jones.
And today we're going to continue our theme for May, which is talking about video. And we're going to start with a little bit of a confession from me. Not really much of one, but I am not thoroughly on team video. More specifically, I do not like being on video. I don't like listening to myself. I don't like watching myself. It's incredibly painful. It's one of the reasons why I am not involved in editing this podcast in any way, and I farm it out to my delightful, supportive, amazing husband. And even when he makes me listen to that, it still just makes the hair on the back of my neck stand up in the worst possible way. Video is that times a couple hundred. It's super uncomfortable. I don't like it. And that's kind of what we're going to be talking about today, is the fact that there is a mental game involved in posting and using video for sales, whether it's on social or directly selling, doing an appeal to a buyer. And we're going to talk a little bit about those mental games that kind of we all go through, and maybe some of the hurdles that are keeping you from potentially doing this or making the jump in, as it were.
And, I just want to jump in really quickly. I do a lot of video. Nobody actually likes watching them. Well, I shouldn't say nobody. Most people do not like watching themselves on video. It's awkward. And most of us hate listening to our own voice. I don't know.
That's a scientific thing. That's actually
a scientific thing.
How you hear yourself in your head versus when you hear yourself outside of your head. It literally sounds different. And so causes a cognitive dissonance. It's actually like a scientifically studied thing.
Yes. And it's a different thing when it comes to watching yourself on video, but it's an awkward experience for all of us. And I think we're going to talk through a little bit of why it's awkward, and hopefully a few things to just kind of think of to recognize that you're not alone in feeling that it's a little awkward, and some strategies or some mindset shifts so you can maybe feel a little less awkward, but also recognize kind of some of the advantages and the ways that you can kind of dive in, as Ashleigh said, and take advantage of this.
Yeah. And I'll say this, I tried to think about this before we started. I really cannot think of anyone who should not do video, or who is not going to be a good candidate for video. Your prospects might not be a good candidate for video, but as a salesperson, if you're listening to this or reading a transcript of it, you absolutely are capable of doing video.
Without a doubt. And keep in mind, and like we've learned this with, when your prospects like click through your signature and find you on LinkedIn, or you reach out to them on LinkedIn, it turns out it's a lot harder to say no to somebody when you know them as a person, or when you can put a face to a name, or you've got a little bit more context. It is much easier to send a nasty email to somebody who is just words on a screen to you. It's a lot harder when you have a little bit of a sense of who they are and their personality, and oh my God, they're actually a real human. And a picture goes a fair way. Turns out video goes even further. And there's something about when you get it that you think, okay, somebody took the time to make this for me, and it makes them feel a little bit indebted. So there's a ton of advantages. And I agree with Ashleigh. I don't think there is a single salesperson alive who couldn't benefit from this.
Yeah. And like I said, there are situations where prospects maybe aren't set up to receive video or whatever, but I don't care what you look like. I don't care what you're selling. Video is another tool in your toolkit. And as salespeople, we need to have as many tools as we can have, as many arrows in the quiver, pick your analogy, as we can get, especially in today's world, when it's all about breaking through the noise with our buyers, as we're all figuring out how to get through my new favorite description of 2020, the great weirdness that is this year.
Yeah. And it's also, none of us are going to events. We're not meeting anybody in person. So this is the next best thing to you know, the chance meeting at a conference or some in-person networking. You don't have that opportunity. So finding a way to connect in a visual way and via video, I think is the next best thing.
Yeah. So let's start talking about the mental games. I think the first thing I want to call out immediately is video will, of course, hate to say it, it's the world. Video is going to do better if you're hot.
Yep.
If you are absolutely gorgeous, if male, woman, anywhere in between, if you're gorgeous, yeah, people are going to resonate. It's just life. And most of us are not, you know?
And here's the deal. I don't think your buyers care. And so, and let me really quickly just reiterate that we're talking about video in two different ways: social media and social selling, right? So sending a video to either via email or on LinkedIn, those kinds of things. But so one, when you're talking about actual selling, your buyers do not give a damn what you look like. And if they do, they're not a serious buyer anyway. Okay. Like, you know, if somebody doesn't actually have a need for the product that you're selling, but they take a meeting because they think you're hot, guess what? You're not going to close that deal anyway. So it doesn't really matter.
If anything, that's a problem that I hate. If anything, that's a problem that the hot people have that the rest of us don't have, is they have to worry about people who take meetings just because, we'll waste their time.
Yeah.
You know, so there's benefits. But I think it's something else I think you hit the nail on the head there. Is buyers in general don't care. They care that you know what you're talking about. They care about the value. They don't care that it's a Victoria's Secret model reading it to them, although that will pique their interest.
Yeah.
But if, you know, it's the content that really, really matters. Now, that said, it is really worth mentioning, like, hey, we realize that it's one thing to know that. It's another thing to get over kind of the as Mariah Triple says, you know, the negative committee in your head. Yeah. Saying, I can't do video right now. I look a hot mess. I don't like this. You turn on the camera and you just see everything that's you don't like about what's going on in your life or your background or whatever else. So if you keep yourself focused on what you're saying, on the content and the value to the buyer or the value to your audience when you're doing social, it's funny too, because the biggest video I've done to date, and I've started trying to do more video. I posted a video this week. I thought I was going to get a ton of views. I was like, I'm offering to do a giveaway to charity. I got nothing. I got like one comment and I think 300 people saw the video. The video that's gotten the most traction for me was one that I took seated on the sofa behind me saying, my back hurts. I'm tired, but it's kind of the LinkedIn equivalent of a stop, drop, and selfie. It was I think it was Fiercely Female Fridays or something we did. And I was like, I'm on my cell phone. I feel terrible, but I'm sitting here prospecting. Go LinkedIn.
And here's the deal. Like, I think you're making such a good point. Like, a couple things. One, what really is hot, what really sells, what really makes people connect is authenticity and some confidence. And I don't care what you've got going on. I don't care what your insecurities are. There are literally thousands, I'm sure millions of people that share the same situation, the same worries. And one of the things that I think is amazing about social media is you can connect with people where you're like, oh my God, they're kind of like me. And it feels more human. And no matter what you are struggling with, or no matter what you feel like is a weakness or a disadvantage, it's going to be something that helps you connect to a ton of other people. So don't hide it. Don't shy away from it. Be you, be authentically you, and figure out some strategies of how you can do that and really like own it. Because I'm in the same boat with Ashleigh. Like, the videos that I have done and social media content in general, the stuff that I like really think through and I think this is going to be amazing, it just completely falls flat. The stuff that absolutely blows up are the things where it is like super off the cuff. Like, I recorded in one take. I say a bunch of times. the first video that I had that, and I keep saying the first video, the only video I've ever had that like went viral, it was, my phone was leaning up against my computer monitor on a stack of Post-its. I recorded it in one take. Like, it was me being super fired up about something. It's just because it was super authentic and I was really passionate about something. So focus on that, because that's what people are going to connect to, and that's what people are going to find engaging.
No, the phrase I kind of wrote down in my whatever notes is passion is what plays. And
Yeah.
I mean, I hope that's coming across right now. If you're watching this on YouTube, you are getting the full video experience. But like, even like we were prepping for this episode and I came into this thinking, I'm good, whatever. And I'm staring at myself, I'm like, I'm going to go put on a little bit of makeup. So this stuff has happened, but that didn't keep me from turning the camera on or make me turn the camera off. It's like, okay, I'll just do a little something to feel a little bit better about myself. But I really believe in what we're saying here, that there is a role for this, that there is a place for this. I want to see more faces on LinkedIn. I want to see more people on Twitter and doing video in these emails, because it works.
It really does.
It just works. And you can go do research and figure out all that stuff. But the one thing that is the difference between kind of a video that resonates and a video that doesn't is not how the person looks. It's not their hair. It's not their makeup. It's not guy or girl or color of their skin. It's whether or not they're passionate about what they're speaking about. They're passionate about the value they're adding. They have a clear goal. So if you are hesitating, check why you're hesitating. Are you hesitating because, oh, I don't like how I look today. I don't like my hair. I've got acne. I feel fat. I've got all these things going on. Or you're hesitating because you don't know what to say. If you don't know what to say, that's something different. Let's figure out something for you to say that you're passionate about. But if it's that other kind of superficial nerves, just turn the camera on. See what happens.
And look, that's the thing. If you are unsure of what to say, don't turn the camera on, because I definitely see people that are just going through the motions. But also start to take a step back and notice throughout the week, what does get you fired up? What do you feel really passionate about? Like, what are the things that are going on for you or for the people around you, for your industry, for your colleagues, for your company, that make you really feel something? And here's the deal. It's funny, I had a conversation with someone today about the connection between selling and acting.
Yeah.
And there is something, look, if you're good at sales, it's because you are good at connection. And when you're good at connection, part of it is being passionate. Part of it is being able to feel something for the work that you're doing and connect with the feelings of the person on the other side of the table, other end of the phone, other side of the Zoom call, whatever. And so harness that. Like, think about the stuff that you are passionate about, and think about the stuff that like your kind of audience, your buyers, your colleagues are passionate about, and focus on that. Cultivate that.
I'll say take it a step further. Pay attention to yourself. Pay attention to things that get other people to light up.
Yeah.
Like there have been a few points where I've said something and I haven't turned them into video yet. I will from now on. But I'll say something and I get a huge reaction from the person on the other end of the conversation. You know, I didn't think of that as something that was particularly mind-blowing or deep or helpful, but it was to them. That's a great topic for a video. And if I'm nervous at all then about whether or not I should record it, I can remember that person's reaction as a touch point. If it helped them, it should help somebody else.
Without a doubt. And I think that's a really, really good point. Oftentimes we take for granted that there are things that, I don't know, are second nature to us. That they're not that interesting, or we don't think that they're that brilliant because we just do it all the time, or we're so comfortable with it. But we're forgetting that other people don't have our particular skill set, our particular expertise and experience. And those are mind-blowing lessons or things for other people. And so, yeah, when you notice that you say something and it really changes somebody's mindset or makes them really think in a different way, jot it down, because that's amazing content. And I think you make such a good point, Ashleigh. And so it is this, I don't know, passion makes the world go round. Passion plays, to your point. And so think about all the things that like get you fired up, get other people fired up. Share that stuff, because one, we always need it, but I think especially lately, one, we need a little more video because we want to connect more. We want to see people more because we don't get to see people day in and day out.
And we're stuck staring at our reflection in our computer monitors.
Exactly. And two, things are hard. And things that are hard right now, it can feel like a drain. It can feel like an energy suck. And literally everyone I know is dealing with increased levels of anxiety and irritation and frustration and disappointment and depression. So getting passionate about something, getting fired up about something, getting energetic about something, we all kind of need it, and we all kind of want it, and we all kind of deserve it. And so I think it's just a really, really good time to kind of celebrate that and find more and more ways that we can kind of share those little things.
Absolutely. And I think the last thing I think I'd recommend when it comes to video, especially if you're dealing with these insecurities and whatever else that we all deal with, is just start.
Yeah.
It does get easier. It does get easier.
It's going to feel really awkward at first, and that's totally okay.
It's probably going to feel awkward forever, but you get better about ignoring the awkwardness and pushing through it.
Yeah.
And that's that. And I'm saying that as somebody who is doing that with video actively, had to do it with acting, had to do it with singing, had to do it with sales in general. The way you get past something feeling awkward is by just doing it enough that you could ignore the fact that you feel awkward.
Absolutely.
So, and that requires putting yourself out there and accepting that uncomfortable feeling.
Yeah. And I think, look, if you are thinking about the selling portion, last week's episode with Morgan Ingram, he had a great formula. So that's the other thing that I would recommend. It's, at least on the selling side, it's the combination of having a formula and the passion. And I know that that's kind of a hard balance sometimes, right? Like we all know when we first started on phone sales and you read the script like a freaking robot. Okay. And it takes a little bit of practice to kind of nail your video formula and get in a good kind of rhythm of it, but you can totally do that. And it is more comfortable when you know what you're going to say, you've got kind of a plan, and you can keep it quick and kind of action oriented. So go back and listen to the last episode. I think it was midway through, where Morgan really shares his kind of formula for videos to prospects. But I would give another listen to that, because I think that is super helpful.
Yeah. And stay tuned the rest of this month. We have some other exciting guests. They're going to be giving their own formulas as well. So we're going to keep, and I'm already applying the stuff that Morgan talked about. Yeah. So I've already got those notes written down for myself. It's like I said, it's another tool in the toolkit. As uncomfortable as it is, we've all got to do it. And I think the next time Kasey and I talk, we're going to start with some kind of tips and tricks for how to game that system a little bit.
Yeah. Yeah. Because there really are some very simple tricks that make it easier to feel just like a little bit more confident.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
And this is not buying equipment. This is not doing hair and makeup fully. This is not buying a new wardrobe. This is stuff that you can do with 30 seconds of prep.
Yeah.
Maybe a little more, but not much. So but it's between now and then, though.
Cheap and easy.
Yeah, because ain't got time for that right now. Though all we've got is time. But between now and then, I'll say this. If you are starting to do video, if you're doing any social video, please tag us.
Heck yeah.
Other Side of Sales, Kasey, Ashleigh. I want to see this stuff. I want to see what you guys are doing. And please make sure to follow us and see what videos we're going to post, and let us know what you think about how we're doing. Me especially. Kasey's pretty good at this stuff. But with that said, thank you for listening to, I think, another episode of Other Side of Sales. Please make sure to hit us up on social, regardless of whether or not you're posting a video. Please, 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 another huge plug here, to take the State of Sales survey. Go to othersideofsales.com. In the top right corner, you will see the State of Sales survey. This is so important to get a sense of how common or uncommon discrimination, harassment, as well as the general demographics are in the sales industry. We need a lot more people participating. So if you haven't taken it yet, take it. If you have taken it, get everyone else that you're working with to take it.
Super, super important. And we could use your help. So take it, give it to colleagues, but also share it on social and encourage as many people as you know to take it. We need real numbers to make this valuable.
Absolutely. And with that, thank you so much for listening, and we'll see you next time.